So look, let me talk to you guys about Maverick's points, safety points system. Now, I'm pretty sure that every company has a point system, safety points you can get. So with Maverick Transportation, I think with Maverick Transportation, you could get up to 10 points a year. I don't think you need to get 10. I think, like when you hit 10, I think that's grounds for termination. So you don't need to get 10. But before I get into Maverick's point system and how it works, let me say this about points, safety points system. So like, before you guys like transfer or go to another company, make sure you guys have no points on your driving record before you leave that company. Make sure make sure that your record is clean before you go to another company. So look, y'all, I'm gonna turn the camera around because I'm going through the headed to Chattanooga. It is really nice looking going this way. So I'm gonna while I'm talking, I'm gonna let you guys see Chattanooga. Well, see the route to I'm headed to Spartanburg. So I'm gonna let you guys see the route. Well, so I'm gonna keep talking. All right. So anyway. So, all right, so now my advice is before you go to another company, make sure that you have no safety points on your driving record, because, and the reason why I say that is because no company is not going to want to hire you and you have safety points, because they're going to look at you like you are a liability. You want to go to that company as an asset, not a liability, okay? So like if you have like points, safety points on your driving record before you leave that company, work with that company, for that company until you get those safety points off of your record. It's essential that you guys do that. And like with Maverick Transportation, when you get a safety point, it stays on your record. It stays on your record for a whole year. So for instance, if you get a safety point in January of the following year is when that particular safety point come off. Now the goal is not to get any more safety points. Because if you get a safety point in January and you mess around to get another one in April, but then you're going to have to work in order for that April safety point come off. It's going to be April of the following year. So you're going to have to stay with that company, y'all, until your record is clean. Do not quit a company with safety points. That would do you absolutely no good. Because the reason why I'm going to tell you why. That's because these good companies that's out here, these top-notch qualified companies, A++ companies, or however you want to label that great company, they're not going to hire you with safety points. I don't even care if you got, I don't think they'll hire you if you have one safety point. You absolutely do not need to have any safety points on your record. And it's important. That is very important, because the thing is, it's just gonna be hard to get a good to go work for a good company. So if you have safety points, you're gonna probably get one of those really small companies or those mom and pop companies. They're not gonna want. Now those are the companies they're gonna hire you. Those companies that don't care about the driver, they just want to get a load and make money out for you, and they have no substance to them. So make sure you you have no points on your driving record. Now with Maverick Transportation, now let me get back to Maverick Transportation. And this is how I know that they allow you up to 10 points. It's because one of my co-workers that started with me, I'm not going to call his name because I think that'd be embarrassing. He got up to 10 points and he ended up getting terminated because you can't go over 10 points. You cannot go over 10 points. So he kept getting, and that was in a year. So he kept like getting points. I don't know if that was, hold on, I'll take that back. I don't know if it was 10 points in a year. I just know he accumulated, I know he accumulated 10 points. Okay, y'all. So you just can't get it. You have to, at least, So he had 10 points. And I don't think it's 10 points within a year. I think it's just 10 points total, that you have on your record. And it's crazy to get 10 points. You got to, y'all, when y'all get these points, y'all gonna have to be careful. Pay attention to what you're doing so you won't constantly keep getting these points, these safety points. And it's a lot of ways you can get these points, y'all. Accidents, constantly doing the same thing over and over. If they catching you on your phone, or if they constantly telling you constantly doing things that you don't supposed to, there's a liability to the company and to yourself. Keeping your truck up. It's just a lot of things. You can get a safety point by not. You can get a half a point by not keeping your truck clean. Like if you go over 22 days and your truck is not clean, that's a half a point. You can get a point by not keeping up with your truck's PMs and AMs of mechanic work, that they have to do to these trucks. You can get a safety point, just like I said, by doing reckless stuff, and I'm going to give you some examples about some of the things. I got 3 in my first year of Maverick. I got 3 safety points, y'all. 3 safety points. And so yeah, I got 3 safety points in my first year. And you guys, that was the only time since I've been with Maverick. That was the only time. That first year of me out there on my own by myself, that first year, that was the only time I got points. So yeah. Hold on, you guys, for just a minute. Okay, I had to go through the weight scale. So I'm going, this is a 6% downgrade that I'm going there. That's why I have my emergency blinkers on. And I have my late brakes on. Let me get down this mountain. But yeah, so let me get back to it. So my first year, guys, I got like 3 safety points. And again, I'm bragging. That was the last time I got those safety points. And so that's like, if you want to go, so before you go to another company, that is just my advice to you guys. Make sure your driving record is clean. That is good advice. Believe me, please take heed to what I'm saying, because it's going to be hard for you to get to get with a good company. And another thing, hold on, y'all. His tires are burning. I can smell them. Another thing, you guys, another piece of advice that I have to give you guys is about jumping from trucking company to trucking company. Y'all, look, let me tell y'all something. Don't do that. working history. They're going to want to look at that. They're going to want to know, okay, how faithful are you? How reliable are you? You know, a good company is going to look, a great company, they're going to look to see how long do you stay at any one job, any particular job. How long are you there for? Because the thing is, I'm going to tell you something. If I own my own company, I'm going to want to look at somebody that has a good work ethic. I'm going to want to look. I'm going to want to hire somebody that I know that I can rely on, that has longevity. Okay, I'm not going to want someone that's going to jump from company to company at the drop of a dime when they get upset or get mad about something, or when they just get tired or just lazy or whatever. They're going from this company to that company. I'm not going to want to hire you. I'm not going to want to hire you. Okay, so my advice, even though you guys, okay, I know there's a lot of trucking companies out here, y'all. My advice is, if y'all get with a good company, and y'all are, happy with the company or okay with the company, stay there. Stay with that company. Stay with that company, y'all. Like I said, I've been with Maverick. Maverick's the only company that I work for, and I have no reason to go anywhere. Are they perfect? No. I don't think there's no perfect company. But for the most part, I have been good. I have been happy with this company. They're not going to do it. I understand. Everybody is not going to do what you want all the time. Okay? Everything is not going to be perfect all the time. You're going to have your ups. You're going to have your downs. But weigh your pros and cons. If you got more pros than cons, now I suggest you to stay with that company. If you have more good times than bad, I suggest you stay with that company, y'all. Stay with the company. It doesn't make any sense for you guys to leave. It doesn't make any sense for you guys to leave. So that's my little trucking nuggets for today. Is the point system, the safety points. Try not to try not to get any safety points. And if you do get safety points, stay with that particular company that you got those points with until they fall off your driver's record, because they will most definitely follow you, and it will hurt you in the long run. It will most definitely hurt you in the long run. And like I said, no legitimate company is gonna want to hire you. Okay, so that is my nugget for today. That is my nuggets for today. So I hope you guys will take my advice. I hope y'all take my advice. And all of this, and again, you guys, this is on my knowledge. Nothing that I'm saying is written in stone. If you have questions, call Maverick. If anybody that's looking at this that works for Maverick as well, if I have said anything that was not correct or truthful, put it in the comments. Correct me. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. Again, I am just going on what I know, you guys, what I have experienced, and from the things that I've learned with driving with this company. So yeah, most definitely, you guys, make sure you don't have any points on your driving record, and also stop jumping from company to company. I think if I was to go somewhere right now, I would get hired with no problem, because I've been here for 4 years, and I'm planning on staying here. I'm not planning on going anywhere. Okay, I'm not planning on going anywhere. And try to stay in what's the word I'm looking for? Good regards. What's the word I'm looking for, you guys? Good standing with your company. Try not to get warnings. Try not to, have a good rapport with people that you talk to, people that you work with. Try to get along with your co-workers, and with your fleet manager, and all of that. Try to keep a good rapport with each other. But so let me tell y'all, like the 3 points my safety points that I got. The 3 points that I got on me. But let me tell y'all this, before I got those 3 points, Maverick gave me chances they gave me like 3. Actually, before I got those 3 points, Maverick actually gave me chances. Like when I was messing up, I didn't get those points right off. No, they did not. They gave me a warning. Safety called me, like when I would do something, and they did me like that 3 times. When I would do something, safety would call. We would talk about it, and they would give me advice. They'll let me know what I did wrong or what I should have did right. And they'll give me advice so I won't make that mistake again. And they did me like that 3 times. And I don't know if it's still like that, but that's how they did me. But after that 3rd, when I got that 4th, nope. That's when I got my 1st point, and I ended up getting my 2nd point, and I ended up getting my 3rd point. And after that, I didn't get any more points, and I made sure that I was, did everything that I could do. So that next year, all of those points came off. All of those points came off. So now I'm 3 years in with no safety points. 3 years in, and I'm looking for the rest of my time not to get any points. Because we have people that's with Maverick, that's been with Maverick, that's have worked. I think I seen one guy work like 36 years for this company with no safety points, 15 years and 10 years. And when you work 5 years for Maverick with no safety points, you get a certificate. So that's what I'm done it for. I'm ready for my certificate. I'm ready to show that off. But yeah, so that's my advice to you guys. Take heed of the advice. It's all in love. It's all in love. So yeah. That is again my Maverick nugget for the day. So you guys have a blessed day. Y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all stay blessed, okay? Stay safe out here, y'all. This is a rainy day, so y'all stay safe and stay off that cruise control, okay? Hey y'all, okay, so look, I need to make a correction. So I did not get my 1st point, then the 2nd point, then the 3rd point. So what happened was I got, after my 3 warnings or whatever, I got, they gave me, that 2nd time, the 4th time they reached out to me, that incident was worth 1 point. And so the next time when I messed up, that particular incident was worth 2 points. So it's like I had to come back and I had to correct that, y'all, because it's not like you do something, that's a point, you do this, that's a point. It's the magnitude of what you do is how much that thing is worth, how many points that thing is worth. That first incident, when I got my 1st point, that thing was only worth 1 point. And when I did the next thing, that incident was worth 2 points. And I think because I messed up a lot in that 1st year, so I really can't remember what incident that was that gave me the warnings, and what gave me the point, and what gave me the 2 points. But one thing I can tell you that I did do, that I do remember, is I was making a right, when you out there on the road, y'all, and you trying to make those right hand turns, I was again listening to my freaking GPS system, y'all. Listening to my GPS system. That girl did me in, y'all. So I should have stayed. So when I was headed to Florida, and instead of me staying on, I was going through Alabama. My Garmin was taking me through Alabama. But I should have listened to my truck's navigation system, which she was just going to take me through Atlanta. I was going to go through Atlanta that way, but the Garmin was taking me through Alabama. And Alabama has a lot of U.S. highways, have a lot of side roads that I was not used to. So the direction that I went, so I had to make a right turn. Y'all, it was a post. It was a post that was like right there next to the street. And then it had this lug nut. I don't know what it was, like some little black screw that was like coming up out of the ground. So when I did not swing out. You know, when you making those right hand turns, y'all need, you got to swing that nose and that tray. You got to swing. You got to make sure you have enough room on your side. You have to take up as much space as you possibly can to make that right hand turn. Y'all, I did not do that. I did not do that. So I was trying to make this right hand turn. So my truck made it. So by the time it got to the middle of my trailer, whatever that thing was that was sticking up off the ground, it caught a hold to my tarp box. And so as I was making that turn, y'all, it was tearing my tarp box. It was tearing my tarp box, and it had my tarp box. Did it have it hanging? How did that? I think the doors ripped off something, but my tarp box was no more good, you know. So I had to take my tarp set, everything I had in that tarp box, I had to take it out and put it in the other tarp box, and I had to put some of that stuff in the truck with me. So I tore off that tarp box, and then by me going around that curve, it made my load shift. So my load had shift. So I had to, so the wreckers that came out there, they end up was able to push the load over some kind of way. I don't know. They was able to do it. They had these big old hooks, and they pushed my loads back on my trailer, so I was able to deliver that load. But so that's how. And that incident was worth 2 points. That incident was worth 2 points. Okay, and so the one that was worth 1 point was the time when I ran into the construction sign. And when I did that, y'all, I told Maverick that was not my fault. It was not my fault, and I'm gonna stand on that to this day. That was not my fault. Snyder, yes, Snyder. I ain't talking about all of y'all, but that one Snyder truck, I had put my blinkers over to get over, and that Snyder truck would not. It would not go. It wouldn't move. It wouldn't speed up. It just stayed right there. And I know that Snyder truck saw that sign, because the lane was ending, and so I couldn't get over. So I ended up hitting the sign, and it had knocked my side window off, my rear view, my side window off. So when I told safety, because of course I had to call safety. Safety called me, and I was like, well, I said it was not my fault. I said Snyder would not let me over. Safety was like, he was like, you had plenty of time, ma'am. You had plenty of time. If you were vigilant, you were looking, and you were paying attention, he was like, you had plenty of time to get over. You could have slowed down, got behind Snyder, instead of speeding up trying to get in front of Snyder. You should have just, or even if Snyder wouldn't have gotten over, you had plenty of time to respond to that situation. You had plenty of time to, you know, do what I needed to do to make a decision, the correct decision. But yeah, so that incident was 1 point. So that's how I ended up with my 3 points. So that first point came off. Then later on that year, those other 2 points came off. And so since then, that's how I kept my my driving record. But I had to get back on to tell y'all that that's what happened when I got my safety points. So again, y'all like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification button. God bless.